What's up, people of the internet, and welcome to the very first episode of the Antisocial Gaming Podcast. Super thrilled to be bringing this to you guys. Myself, along with my good friend Zua. Zua, say hello. Let them know a little bit about you.
What's going on, guys? Jacob, Zoa, whatever you want to call me. I'm a partnered Twitch streamer. Made it, big off Call of Duty, and now we're doing this. So yeah,
Talking all things gaming, weird things, all the fun stuff, all the controversial stuff, everything
and anything.
Yeah, have a little bit of fun with it. I'm sure it'll get heated at points. We'll have divisions of opinion, all that type of stuff. But that's what makes it interesting. Exactly. So we're gonna dive right into it. We'll talk a little bit kind of about what you're gonna see on the show a little bit later on, as we get into that. So let's go. One of the big topics that people are talking about right now happened at the Game Awards. You guys missed it. You live under a rock.
The terrible Game Awards.
The terrible Game Awards. Well, I mean, that's opinions for certain people, myself included. Chris Judge, he made a little headlines, little waves, or like a earthquake in the gaming world when he very subtly name dropped this tiny franchise called Call of Duty in
that man's voice. He can do whatever he wants.
But that man's amazingly fantabulous
Morgan
voice.
Freeman might be fighting for the who I would like to narrate the rest of my life.
Chris Judge's voice, when he talks, volcanoes listen.
It makes women pay attention.
Oh boy. But basically, if you guys don't know, so at the last year's Game Awards, he gave one of the longest speeches in Game Awards history. It was like 7 minutes, and basically they rounded up to 8 minutes. And he came off and said, no 8-minute speech, no 7-minute speech. A fun fact, my 8-minute speech was actually longer than this year's Call of Duty campaign. And I get it. It's true. It's hilarious. In my opinion, it was the best part of the Game Awards. I enjoyed it immensely. A lot of people didn't. And there's been this kind of crucifixion, if you will, of Chris Judge over the past 48 hours. Both past and current Call of Duty devs have been really going at him.
That's what's gonna happen when they give them 6 months after starting a campaign and told, hey, you have to change it.
Well, it wasn't 6 months. They had like 16 months or something like that, or 14 months or something.
I thought it was less, and they had most of it done, and they told them they wanted it changed. But I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I can't remember exactly how many months they had, but it was basically they had like a year because they were working on supposedly Advanced Warfare 2. That was the rumor. But regardless, I mean, Call of Duty campaigns are historically short. You can finish, if you rush a COD campaign, you can finish it in 4 hours, 5 maybe,
that's
right?
COD campaign. But I think the big issue, they had 16 months. I just pulled it up.
16 months. Okay, so I wasn't far off. Okay.
I think the big issue with this year's campaign is that it seems like a lot of filler missions and not linear missions, because we both have played it, and I think the worst missions were, it was mini Spec Ops missions within the campaign, and they wanted you to explore, but there's no fucking point.
I was highly critical of it. I like the story that they presented in of itself. I think it tied everything together, but yeah, I lost immense interest in the game because of the open world missions. They didn't have they weren't done right. I'll say they were not done correctly.
I think with Modern Warfare 2, last year's, it was done in the right way when Soap and Ghost got separated in whatever country it was that they were in, and you were just played as Soap, and you had to reconnect with Ghost, right? I think that was done the right way. but having it be this mission where it's like, oh, you and Ghost are gonna go in and do the damn mission. It's just me. There's no Ghost. It's just you're gonna go in and do this. It felt like it was almost meant for co-op campaign, and they never had a co-op campaign.
Yeah, like a little off topic too, because I mean, obviously Chris Judge roasted them, deservedly so. The campaign was super short. You could rush the thing in like 2 hours. I've seen people do it in like 2 hours. If you just rush it, because literally the open world missions that you could do, you could literally just sprint from one end to the other. You don't need to actually do anything. It's not pertinent to the story.
Because the enemies de-aggro eventually, or they just never find you because they're not intelligent enemies.
I got some of the messages here that some of the devs were pulled up because I wanted to kind of get their what they said correct. It's funny, but yeah, metrics that COD absolutely destroys all the God of War games, probably combined, is equally laughable. You're comparing a multiplayer game that's multi-platform and has been for the past 20 years versus a game that's been around since the PS3, PS2 era, right?
I think
no, God of War's PS2.
Early COD, yeah, but early COD was what, 2002, 2003, right? So yeah, 20 years.
So 21 years, yeah. So
yeah,
and
I keep thinking, much younger.
Like
still.
you can't compare a multiplayer game to a single player game that's only ever been one platform. That's stupid.
And not only that, single player games, I think as I've gotten older, have seemed more interesting in the sense that I don't have to worry about multiplayer or anything like that. You're there for a story, and multiplayer game, you really don't care. I don't think most Call of Duty fans care about the story.
No, and I mean, like, one of them here says, honestly, as COD developers, we've heard way worse. Yeah, no doubt, because you're done nothing for the franchise for the past 5 years. No, anyways, besides the point, I'm going on a tangent. We don't expect to hear from a peer at an event that's supposed to be celebrating this year's achievements in gaming, especially with all the information that was leaked about its development.
Not wrong.
Does anyone take the Game Awards seriously, especially after their track record the last few years?
Yeah, no.
They had a lot of questionable wins at this year's. They had a lot of questionable wins at last year's.
They had a lot of questionable left outs of like what Game of the Year and Best Picture, stuff like that. It's just, I feel like I almost want to say it's who pays the most.
I mean, it's already revealed. Like, that aside, we could talk about that in a different light. But like, it's literally publicly known that it's 90% editor choice is what picks it. So it's whatever game makes the most impact at any given time, whether it's socially, economical, morally, ethical, whatever the hell you want to skew. Right? We know that's what they're gonna choose. So that's how the Game Awards goes. And that was from Charlie Intel that said about Joseph's comment. They said his comments were obviously a joke, saying it during a show, considering the fact that they had 16 months and they provided more content than a 3-year dev cycle. They did. Granted, they had the game was already done. They already do it, but
they're only providing more content in multiplayer because anyone can beat what Infinity Ward just did.
Like, it was a joke, people. Like, seriously, grow up. Like, seriously,
I think people are taking it
grow
too hard.
up, bunch of children. Like,
we've all made bad stuff,
and it's not even fans of COD. People are like, it was hilarious. We absolutely loved it. It's fantastic that there's banter. Like, it's banter. It's all in fun. It's all the devs and the studios that are getting up in arms and all defensive. The fans are like, that was awesome. Everyone in the stadium or in the auditorium was laughing. I live streamed the event.
I think the big issue is
everyone was laughing.
That these companies don't want to be called out for making a bad product. Think of it like someone builds a house and it's falling apart. You're gonna call it out for being a bad house, right? Nobody wants to be called out for doing that. So you don't want to be called out for making a bad product. But they made a shit game. Its story sucks.
Yeah.
Multiplayer is something different, but that's also arguably terrible as well.
Yeah. Oh man, people, people are interesting. Um, let's
It's the era to get butthurt.
yeah, let's change course a little bit. Jacob, what did you I can go resist calling you Zua. It's just I've known you for so long. That's all I've called you by.
Nah.
What did you find interesting at from a trailer standpoint? There were lots of games revealed. So much, a lot of stuff may not apply to you, may not appeal to you. Maybe only one or two, maybe 15. What caught your eye?
Strictly from the game show awards, I was kind of interested. And I have four written down that I wanted to take a look at and talk about, which was Jurassic Park Survival.
Very cool. I was amped about that.
I really enjoyed the the remake of the kitchen scene. We had Exodus. I had Exodus written down. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. And then I have Rise of Ronin, and then Bleed is also getting a game, but obviously that was just a teaser trailer.
Blade was like the biggest surprise. Like no one was expecting that. My big issue with Blade that I'm concerned with is Arcane Studios, the same guys making Deathloop again. And then you do have Bethesda's backing. That's my one kind of concern. And they also did what was that Xbox exclusive? The vampire zombie one. Redfall. Is it Redfall?
That sounds.
I think it's Redfall.
Recent release.
Is it Redfall? Yeah, it's Redfall. Thank you. It just tanked. So I mean, Redemption very possible. I mean, now they
have a big name to try and redeem it. They just have to live up to it. I think is the big issue.
I think they have to take their time.
I think this kind of joins into games that we are excited about but are unsure about. I think it kind of goes in with like the Wolverine game that's supposed to come out eventually. Kind of a back burner game at the moment where
they're working on it. They said it's releasing. It's scheduled for a later 2024 release. So I mean that's
for Blade.
No, for Wolverine.
Yes, that I am aware of, but I'm saying more in the sense Wolverine's another one that I'm kind of scared about because we haven't seen any gameplay and we're a year away from when it could be coming out.
I mean, we didn't see Spider-Man up until like 3 months before the game came out, and
but Spider-Man was. We already knew Spider-Man was going to be good.
I mean, you never know, right? So it's not the first time that. I think Sony's playing it very close to the vest. I mean, Rise of Ronin is a perfect example. It's a game from day one when it was announced back in 2020. I think it was 2020 that the trailer came out. 2020 or 2021 is when the trailer came out. And there was nothing. There was zero updates on the game. People were like, it's a 2024 release. It's 3 years out. Or 2.5 years out, whatever. And there was zip. No mention of it, no nothing of it, and then we got a reveal trailer or a release date trailer, and I think that's just really kind of helping avoid spoilers and all that type of stuff. Sony's playing very close to the vest.
Rise of Ronin looks beautiful.
It looks incredible.
I don't know what engine that they made it on or anything, but Sony definitely does not miss on their exclusive games on how well they look.
I'm super excited for it. It's my kind of like next to Wolverine, it's my like really anticipated game. So
combat looked great. I mean, I liked, some of I don't know about you. I was looking at I want to see how weapons look in a game like that, right? So I was looking at it and you had the flaming sword. I thought that was dope. Everything just kind of flows. I like that it's, you have swordplay, but then you also saw guys with guns. So it's more, you get a little bit of everything, and it's not just going in a niche platform.
Yeah, exactly. It's given me a lot of people are drawing mega comparisons to Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima.
So that's
that type of thing.
Are they same developer or similar developer?
No, they're team. What are they called? Team Ninja Studio or Ninja something like that. They're very independent, but not independent. They're owned by Sony, but they're a new studio or something like that. One of the ones that Sony made internally years ago when they kind of like made all these kind of like small little studios that work with big ones or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyone that catches that, you can comment, leave feedback, like if you know exactly what their studio is.
So they're one of like the smaller studios specific games sort of thing.
So they're developed
Kinda
by Team Ninja. So let me take a look here. They're a Japanese
Yeah.
video game developer. They've been around since '95. Oh no, so they're just a Japanese. They're just a Japanese dev.
Gotcha. That's Sony absorbed.
That Sony owns. Yeah. Their
Gotcha.
parent company was Tecmo up until 2010.
That's Sony.
Oh no, Tecmo owns them anyways, still to this day.
Oh.
So they just.
So I wonder if Sony just bought the rights for an exclusive.
They were originally known for the Ninja Gaiden games, originally done on Xbox. They originally were supposed to do with a bunch of stuff for Sega, but Sega left, and then they moved to PlayStation. Then they've worked with PlayStation pretty well going
Regularly.
forward. Yeah, pretty much all. No, they've made Xbox games all the way up until present, which was Wolong Fallen Dynasty. That one came out in 2023.
Oh, okay.
Ninja Gaiden. They made Neo. They made the Neo series.
Nice.
Dead or Alive, Fire Emblem.
Nice.
Made a lot of them. First PlayStation exclusive that they've done in a while. Sony XDev Studio, which is a division of SIE, which helped assist them in development. So that explains the PlayStation aspect.
Gotcha. Okay. But no, I'm definitely excited. I'll definitely be giving it a try. What is the release date on that? Do you know?
It's March 24th, 2023. I think. Is that the official
That sounds
date?
right. 24th. March 24th, 24th.
March 22nd.
March 22nd.
Oh, 2 days even quicker. Let's go.
That's 2 days sooner.
2 days sooner. Yes.
Oh
man.
What did you think of Exodus? Because I really. So there was limited gameplay footage in it, and obviously the story. I don't know what the story's entailing.
Exodus is the Matthew McConaughey game.
Got you.
I
Okay.
think.
I got a lot of third-person Destiny vibes from it.
Yeah, that's the Matthew McConaughey game. Yes, it is. It's made by ex-BioWare devs.
Off of what I saw with the sliding, and it kind of looked like they were almost in a dungeon sort of thing. So it seemed really Destiny.
The game reminds me of Mass Effect, Outriders, Halo, and a little bit of Destiny, maybe from like a movement standpoint, but it looks more like Returnal.
I forgot about Outriders. I was trying to think of the name of that game that came out.
It's more of a cross between Outriders and Returnal. But the whole premise was that basically he can travel to all these different things in many miles and light years and stuff, and they pass in a matter of seconds. However,
it's years.
It's
right?
years and years for everyone else. So like while he's been traveling, 100 years have passed. And so like that's why you see at the very end when he's got the video playing.
Yep, and her saying that she loves him.
Yeah, exactly.
Which it didn't make much sense to me because she could have just hopped. He could have brought her with him.
No,
Right,
they
because-
couldn't. I'd have to bring up the actual trailer here.
Yeah.
2 minutes long. We can up here. The actual official. Let's see here. Let's take a look at it. That is the wrong.
Nope. I just watched it. I remember now.
Okay, I've got it up here.
Yep.
Max, we need to head back.
Hold on, I'm getting a reading.
Max!
Wait!
Max!
Looks really cool.
What she found
It
that
does.
day was a miracle. It would be our salvation to fight against the Celestials, humanity's greatest enemy.
This is it.
They found us.
Tom, stay down!
The Celestials hunted us down. I knew they'd keep chasing us until they ripped our ship apart, and I had to save her. I led them away from this world, away from her. We both knew the cost of using the gates. When you travel at light speed, time slows to a crawl. It was only days for me, but an entire lifetime passed for her. And in the chaos of those final moments, we never said goodbye.
No, come with me! Wait! Please! Tom! I love you.
Our service, our sacrifice, discovers worlds, seeds hope, breaks empires. We are the travelers.
It's a cool premise.
It definitely is. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Do we have a release date for it yet, or an idea of when it's
No,
coming out?
it's pre alpha. Like it's early.
So we could be looking like similar release time in like 25 for another game that we'll talk about later.
Oh, which game is that?
The most anticipated game of 2025 now, I think.
Oh, really? Which game is that?
I think Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, that game. Oh, I was talking about the other game reveal that came out that was a surprise that no one knew about.
Which one's that?
You don't remember? The Last Sentinel?
Oh. Yeah, no, I still think GTA 6 is going to be the most...
GTA 6.
is going to be the most hyped game of 2025.
Yeah, I'm not a GTA fan.
Really?
My like hot take, I don't like the GTA franchise. I don't have any issues with it. It's just not my game.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but
It's
you're
not
wrong.
my okay. You know what? The way I look at it is it's just not the franchise for me.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
I think it'll clean house
Absolutely.
once it comes in. I think 2025 is going to be a weak year for gaming, to be honest with you. So
Well, we're still very far off on 2025. So we'll see. I say very far off. I mean, a year from now we're going to be entering 2025. I like to think
Yeah.
we're far off because I don't want to keep getting older.
So a couple things I want to touch on GTA. I guess we're gonna jump that ship. We're gonna go right to GTA.
Yeah, we can come back to other.
We'll jump right to GTA. It's the last GTA game they're making, supposedly. They will not be making another GTA game ever. This is it.
I would
which
be
is-
shocked because you got to think of how long it's been in development. Well, I don't know how long it's been in development, but how long since GTA 5? It will be 12 years at that point. I mean, if it went another 12 years, we're looking 24 years till a GTA 7, and I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that GTA 6 will be possibly the last game.
It wouldn't surprise me, but also I think that this game will gross over $1 billion.
Oh, it'll gross over $1 billion in its first week.
Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind.
It'll be the biggest selling game in history, I guarantee it.
Yeah, from launch, 100%.
Yeah.
So
But
who knows how it's.
I mean, that game, like, it's GTA. That game is not without its controversy. You know, from them, a lot of people are saying, "Oh my God, there's a female protagonist." Who cares?
I'm actually excited. You know, we haven't had that in Grand Theft Auto. The closest we had was Gay Tony. And, you know, he was just gay. So I think it's great that Rockstar is actually going mainstream, you know, and not going to stupid things. I love a good female main character.
Right? I mean,
hope
Far
that the
Cry
stories-
6 had a female main character. It's one of the best Far Cry games ever. Hot take.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like Far Cry 6. You guys suck. I'm just kidding.
I
love you.
didn't
I love
finish it.
love you all. Far Cry 6 was awesome.
Yep, that's the one that South America, right?
Yeah, that was the one with like that guy from like that like very
From Breaking Bad.
right. Yeah, it was a Breaking Bad. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah,
watch Breaking Bad. So.
Guts.
I don't watch
Guts.
TV.
Oh.
But
But no, I'm kind of curious about GTA 6. They're gonna go back to dividing the map like they did in GTA 4, where you have the different sections of New York City, or Liberty City is what they called it, with her ankle monitor that you see in the photo that they have, you know, as, oh, you can't leave this distance for the first part of the story or something like that. So I don't know. I wonder how they're gonna work that.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's supposed to be the biggest map ever created, so I doubt that they're gonna split it. I think they'll literally just make it so that like you can go anywhere.
Do you think GTA 6 is gonna release at the same time as PlayStation 5 Pro?
I don't think you're gonna see a PlayStation 5 Pro.
You don't think so?
No.
Do you think GTA 6 will run fine on the PS5?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's designed with that console in mind.
True.
It's
True.
it's designed with that hardware in mind. And the thing is here's the reason I don't think there'll be a PS5 Pro. Sony already said that they don't want to do these 8-9 year console cycles anymore. They want to do between 5 and 6. We're already halfway through. We're not going to get another console.
That doesn't make sense to me why they want to do this 5
Because
6 console.
because PC hardware is evolving so fast, and like PC hardware, you need to update it every 5 to 6 years. That's about the extent that you can get out of PC hardware, depending on how you buy. Right? You can future proof, right? But because
as much as possible.
Because consoles will try and hit generally they can hit more consistent visuals and frame rates more than PCs can, because everything's unlocked on a PC for the most part. They have to update stuff a little bit more frequently to maintain that and improve with the ever evolving hardware. Like, think about it. PlayStation 5 storage is done with an M.2, which is an onboard which is a non-motherboard SSD, right?
SSD,
done through PCIe. So it's the fastest of the fastest that you can get, for storage. It's a literal PC component. So I mean, you don't get more than that. You have AMD making custom PC chips and boards for both Xbox and Sony, right?
Yeah.
Based off Zen architecture, which is their top of the line processors, right? The only thing that I see out of PC, like consoles, is having maybe not PS6, PS7, PS8, or PlayStation Pro, things like that, but releasing PlayStation, and then releasing a PlayStation, a PlayStation Lite, a PlayStation, like that type of thing.
So you think that it's going to go in the sense that it will just be called PlayStation now, right? And then
You'll have a low
PlayStation,
entry
you know,
tier, a mid tier, and then like a super high end like enthusiast tier, very similar to a PC.
So I could see that, but I could see it could be like PlayStation. I don't know. We'll say next one comes out in 26. So it'll be PlayStation. It'll be release date 2026, right? You get another one in 5 years, so we'll say 2031. And then so I think they all are similar in that 2026 to 2031 range, and then 2031 it comes out with new parts.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of having a lower, mid, and upper tier, because then you have to optimize games for those tiers, right? Because you're not going to have a graphics setting on each game to lower frame rate and everything in that sense of like it's a PC.
Yeah, so basically you have right now you have your low end PCs that you can buy for subs, you know, I'm going to use US dollars. So you can buy for $500-$600, which is about $800 Canadian. So I know, right? American I wish we had the American dollars.
You expensive people.
Right. So I mean, a low end PC in Canada is $800, $900. And you know, that gets you comfortable 1080p, you know, 165 frames per second, 144 frames per second. You know, that gets you that type of thing. You know, you might be able to push to 1440p 60 on that type of system. Okay, but if you go mid-tier, you can get your 4K 60, you know, right in there, but your comfortable range is that 1440p, that 2K resolution, right at 144 or 165. You know, you can get that very comfortable. Then you got your high end, right? So you got like your rig with like a 4090 or something like that in it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, gets you your 4K. You can do your VR. You know, fully loaded, all that type of stuff, right? But then you also got to think too, the PS5 and stuff like that is marketing as that you can do 8K.
I don't even have a TV that does 4K, if I'm being honest.
You can't. I mean, 8K TVs, they exist. 16K TVs exist, but they're out of the range of what 99.9% of people will buy. I've seen an 8K TV. They cost about $13,000 here in Canada, and they start at the size of 75 inches. Like they can't be any smaller. 65, it might be 65, depending on the model. But they start at 65. That's as low as they can go because the technology doesn't allow for a smaller panel. So it just shrinks the
market.
Thank you. There, I lost my thought. It shrinks the market and the consumer base that will buy that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where I think consoles are headed. I don't think consoles will survive. Not survive. I shouldn't use that word. I don't think consoles will continue to be numerical generational jumps every 5 to 6 years. I think that you will see a high end or an enthusiast grade, a mid tier, and a low tier release every so many years, and then they will say this is the new PlayStation that released so many years later. This is the specs. This is what you can expect every game to run at this specific pace. Yeah. That's what I think you can expect to run it at, right?
I can see it, yeah.
And I think also, too, with the fact that both companies are so heavily pushing cloud, and I think Xbox will be the first to do this because Xbox doesn't care about hardware. They do not care about hardware. They haven't cared about hardware since the Xbox One. They care about cloud and streaming. Mm-hmm. That's all they care about. So if you remove the aspect of needing to worry about discs, it's actually probably a lot more feasible for them because all of a sudden you become Steam.
Yeah. True.
So I think Xbox is the first to do that. And we'll see. We'll see if Xbox can execute that because they're more in that type of space. I think they're more in that mindset to do that than I think anything else.
I think just in general because it's Microsoft.
I mean, first to market doesn't always mean the best.
Not wrong.
So there's benefits.
Wrong.
There's benefits in waiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no company does that better than Apple. Is a perfect example.
Yep, that's why they make the most money.
I mean, people are like, well, they haven't released a folding phone. Folding phones have. Let's talk tech now on a gaming channel. But as I'm pointing an example that first to market doesn't mean anything, right?
Folding phone is pointless.
Folding phone is really cool. They've been out for 7 years now, right? You think the technology is advanced?
A folding phone has been out for 25 years.
No, a flip. No, technically, you're okay.
A flip phone.
Okay,
yeah.
Go join.
You know?
We'll go do the tech podcast next, and then you can we'll talk that.
Hey, I do miss going, God damn it, and shut the phone, right? We all miss that. But I'm not gonna do that.
I never had that. My first phone was my first phone was an S2 that sucked.
No.
So
I had some random slide. I could still throw the slide down when I was mad.
So we got way off topic. What do we expect? What do we expect out of GTA 6? Since we're down that rabbit hole.
$1 billion+ first month.
First month? I'm calling it first week.
Probably. I don't think it's
December 10th. I don't know when this podcast episode goes live, but at the time of recording, December 10th, 2023 at 8:54 or 7:54 p.m. Eastern. Okay, for people who are in the East. I'm in Atlantic, so whatever. I'm out in the ocean. I got a little raft and everything. It's actually really cool. I got a pet shark, all that sort of. Yeah.
He's actually a rainstorm. It's hitting him right now. I'm surprised you can't hear it.
I got that Starlink. No, I'm just kidding.
Shout out Elon Musk.
I got a cable going down to the fiber lines underneath the ocean. That's how we do it.
It's connecting the continents.
I think $1 billion in the first week. I think it's just in sales alone, like just in sales. I'm not even talking microtransactions. I'm talking just in overall physical sales, because
I think they would do the same as GTA 5 and not release multiplayer.
Because I mean, think about it, right? Let's do some math here based off of this here. Let's say estimated the game's probably going to sell 20 million copies in its first day. Let's just say, for argument's sake, right? So if it sells 20 million copies in its first day, at games in the US are $60.
Hey, I'll tell you this: if it sells 20 million, that's over $1 billion.
Exactly.
$70 for a new game now. $1 billion would be 14.2 million.
$1.4 billion.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the game grosses $5 billion.
I think it sells. I don't think it does 20 million in a, let's just say argument's sake, in the first week it does 20 million units.
Do you think it does 20 million within the first year?
Oh, easily. I think it has that big of a fan base.
Especially with, I don't know, so it was confirmed for PlayStation and Xbox, not PC yet.
It's not confirmed for PC. It didn't start. It's not going to get confirmed for PC because I don't think they're going to release online. Because they want to mitigate. They want to mitigate modding at the beginning, and then they'll release online again, and then I think they'll allow for. Because I think it'll build a lot more anticipation. Because I mean, what is the current player count of GTA 5?
I can look it up. I'll go to Steam charts.
I'm gonna take a look here.
Okay.
Current. I'm just curious. In the last 30 days, they averaged just a little under 99,000. At the time of this, they averaged just a little under 100,000 average players a day.
With the 10,000 player gain over the last 30 days.
Let's look back all the way to when it originally started. It was averaging almost 193,000 a day.
And I don't know, when did Steam charts come out? Because this goes back to 2015.
That's as far back as I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2015 is as far back as you can go. I mean, in 2015, it was averaging 192,000 players a day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hypothetically, in the first week, if it sells 5
gotta think of the amount.
Sells 5 million copies at $60 a piece.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I don't think 5 million copies in the first week is unreasonable. I mean,
Spider-Man
did 2.5 million in the first 2 weeks.
And that was Sony exclusive.
Exactly.
What I wonder is if they're going to be working hand in hand for role playing and trying to get that to be a thing and market off of that.
Oh, probably. They're gonna do so much stuff with it. This is gonna be the most real. I think this is gonna be the most. How do I want to word this? Up to date
Game ever.
in terms of the climate, the world climate.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be the most up to date. If I'm
Hey,
being honest.
look on the bright side. It's Grand Theft Auto, so we're not going to, it's not going to be politically correct.
Name something that is. Alrighty. Man, first episode's kind of been, well, we had a structure, we kind of stepped to it. But there's one last thing that we kind of want to conclude with, and it is all the rage right now. Actually, as a matter of fact, nearly 17,000 people have a very strong opinion about a certain project that's been teased, delayed, canceled.
So I got the full 14,802 on Steam have said it's negative, while 3,800.
Can you guess what game we're talking about? The day
I'll give you one
before.
guess. Must have been hard to guess that one. That's probably one of the worst releases I've seen in a very long time. Probably not as bad as Cyberpunk because it's not a AAA studio, but it's up there with that.
Okay, but at least Cyberpunk actually managed to. Cyberpunk was at least a full game still when it released. This game is not even a full game. It's not even like it's not even playable. It's legitimately not even playable, and it's not even the full game. Like, they can't even use early access as an excuse. This is worse than No Man's Sky, and that was the only game in recent memory to face multiple lawsuits.
So
now it's like the biggest success story.
I think this game was running out of money. That's why they released it.
This game had no money to begin with. This game literally is a ripoff of like 5 different games, and 3 of them are from PlayStation.
Yeah, I feel like it's The Division mixed with DayZ with the shitty Tarkov.
No, dude, it's literally the Last of Us loading screen with the Last of Us text. The Uncharted little freaking spinning coin down in the bottom corner. I'm not even joking. It's a garbage version of The Division. The way the character models run. I've watched 3 or 4 different videos on it, and it's a bad version of The Division. The guns sound horrible. You know, it's just it looks like a. There's no color. There's no nothing. It looks like a grayscale game.
Well, if you want to know something hilarious, you can buy the map that they built this game on for $300.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You
Can you send me that link?
Yeah, it's Unreal Engine 5. You can literally buy it.
You can buy Unreal Engine 5 for $300? How is that possible?
No, the map. The map.
Oh, the map. Okay. I was going to say, there's no chance in hell that you could do that for... Just DM that to me.
I DM'd you 2 things. You're going to laugh because it's multiple things.
Do it on Twitter.
Oh, sorry. I sent it on Discord. Let me pull up your Twitter real quick. So I got this one, which is the inventory for the game.
Oh, that's Tarkov, yeah. Literally Tarkov. Yeah, I know that's literally Tarkov.
Yeah, so that's the inventory, right?
$64.99.
There's the map.
The hell? You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Oh my god! Do you know what literally this game kit reminds me of? It's a game I play. Called oh, I can't remember. It's such a fun game, and I can't remember. It's in development hell right now. Miss Survival, that's what it is. Love the game. I have like 300 hours into this game. It's just in like development hell right now. There's like new maps and stuff coming out, or a new map coming out for it, so it's pretty buggy. So I haven't been playing it lately, but it's a really fun game. But like the way the building and stuff is, it's so similar to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually legitimately the map. What the hell?
Yeah. So they bought the map for $300.
And it doesn't even look like this.
Yeah, they just darkened it, made it a little misty.
They took all the color out of it. The buildings are all the same color.
Yeah, it's bad. So I don't know. I hope that there's room to grow, but the game's gonna die.
I think the game's dead. I think they just need to. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. We're gonna find out within the next 6 months where it goes.
We'll find out the next week what happens with this game. We'll have an update for next episode regarding probably that. If there's any more news, we will keep you guys apprised of it and any other stuff that comes out in the next little while surrounding the day before, because we all wish that the game just vanished the day before it was revealed. So
The day before, yeah, it's more like the shit after. Jesus.
oh man,
Yeah, you know, but it is what it is. We'll see.
this stuff happens. It indeed does happen.
It's always gonna happen.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's all.
it was a
That's
good-
all we got for our first
It
episode.
is.
Not bad.
You know, it was a quick one, but we'll figure it out over time where we go with this.
Only episode one,
and
guys. We plan on doing
Yeah.
at least 99 more of these before we
Yeah.
call it quits.
We gotta get it. We gotta get it syndicated. You know, we'll be like Seinfeld.
Yeah, you guys gotta love this. You guys gotta show all the love here so that we can show all the love elsewhere. That's how this works. So, and if you guys want topics covered, let us know. Tag us. All of our socials and contacts and stuff is down below. There's even email. You can email if you want topics and stuff like that. We'll look into them, and if they're worth looking over, we'll dedicate a segment to them. Absolutely. And like I said,
and I don't want to keep it, you know, just if a show's coming out that is based off a game, like I do want to bring up quickly the Fallout TV series that's supposed to be coming out.
oh,
You know, I
yeah.
have no issue looking into that, and I think maybe next episode we will look into the
Look at the
Fallout
Fallout,
teaser
yep.
trailer.
Absolutely.
You know,
Looks
because
amazing.
These are things that we, you know, are video game related. So really send anything video game related. If it's controversial, non-controversial, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll take a look, and we're excited to begin this journey.
And also, too, I do want to stress this: this podcast is available to anyone of any age. Yes, there are mature themes and stuff like that. We do talk about different things that can be controversial or opinion divided and stuff like that. But we also it will be kept respectful to everyone and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. So, you know, keep an open mind. And I mean, people will be people. So that's all we have for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Peace.
Yep.